everybody? Welcome to We Love Gaming. My name is Godly Sovereign, and of course, I got Sir Knight with me. What's going on, my man?
What's going on, man? Good. Having a crazy week, man. Our last couple
Yeah,
weeks.
yeah,
Yeah.
having to
First we
deal
had
with
my
COVID.
shoot, man. Deal with COVID. Just been sick like crazy. Had to delay my
Yeah,
daughter's birthday. Just just all sorts of stuff, bro.
yeah. So you guys are planning on celebrating it tomorrow?
We're gonna celebrate it tomorrow. Really the most excited thing we're all just kind of excited for. Really the one thing, we're not having like a big party. Really all
Yeah.
we're kind of excited for is just to see her eat cake for the first time. She's never had like a
Ah,
sweet. She's never
okay.
had like a sugary kind of thing like that yet.
Yeah,
So we're
yeah,
all
yeah.
just kind of excited to see, how she'll, react to eating something like that. But
Yeah,
that's
she
all.
should.
That's really the main thing. That's why we've delayed it, and that's why we haven't really just done anything yet because we're
That's
gonna have
funny.
everyone come over and enjoy that whatever.
Yeah.
Uh,
Okay.
yeah, so
Oh,
that's kind of like what we're gonna do tomorrow.
mm.
Grab some dinner. She likes Mexican food.
Oh yeah.
It's like really easy to eat Mexican food because
Yeah.
she's good. It's beans are easy. Like beans and cheese is easy. She likes eating the carne asada strip. And you're like the
Oh,
steak,
okay.
and she'll like eat that.
Good. You got
Um,
like her front teeth and bottom teeth yet?
she's like a big fan of guacamole, so she'll like eat the guacamole down. Yeah, she has
Mm.
her like four front, four
Yeah,
bottom.
yeah,
Like that's all she's
yeah.
got. But dude, she'll just shove food in her mouth, dude, and
Yeah,
like
she goes
freaking
in.
out. I'm dude, what you doing? She'll get it down. Like she's
Yeah.
never had like an issue. Like I'll give her a French fry or whatever because she always wants to eat what I need. And I don't know if your kids are like that, but like
Yeah,
they
yeah,
always
yeah.
want
That's how
everything
they
you
always
have,
are.
right? Everything you have, they want. So if she sees me
Hmm.
eating like I don't know French fries or something, she'll come over, huh, like asking for a fry, and like I'll give her one. She'll just jam that
Yeah,
whole thing right in her mouth, dude. She won't take bites of it. She'll just shove it in, and she'll
yeah.
walking around the house just having a grand old time, man. Like with that fry in her mouth. And I'm like freaking out. Like, you gonna choke?
You don't
And
want to choke on it or nothing.
she swallows that sucker down. She
Yeah,
swallows that sucker down, man. So it's just like, so yeah, she eats everything, man. Like we pretty much give
that's
her.
fun.
I mean, there isn't
Yeah,
really too many things that she doesn't eat. She's like a big fan of Mexican food, right? She gets excited for the guacamole and the carne asada and beans and rice and stuff. So
yeah, yeah. I used to love
it's
beans, man.
easy to eat stuff.
Yeah.
So we'll do that for her, and then we'll have cake for the first time. Should be pretty fun, man. But what about you, man? What you been up to the last couple weeks?
Not too much, just been busy running around and stuff like that. I did try to live stream a little bit last week, on like Friday or something like that. My day
I
was like
see
all
we're
jacked
we're
up.
on
Like I
Twitch
was,
right now. We're on
yeah,
Twitch
yeah,
right now.
I
Yeah,
went to Twitch.
switching
Yes,
switching it up a bit, huh, dude? Switching it
but
up. You
yeah.
should for what game we're playing on Twitch. You should put Hearthstone.
Oh, okay, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you can actually pick the game. I don't know if you can do it on here, but maybe on the WLG dashboard or whatever.
Yeah.
Um, Unless you're doing just talk or something. I don't know.
Let's see.
But
I
you
think I
can
can.
like be more specific. But
Yeah, I
did
put
you do that the
Hearthstone
one
there.
other time too? Have you done it like two times now on Twitch or just one time?
Just this would be the second time. I mean, we've
Okay.
like back when we had the all of the extra features and stuff like that on StreamYard, we were able to stream on Twitch and on YouTube at the same
Right,
time.
right, right, right.
Yeah, this just be like the second time, just straight Twitch by itself.
I
Whatever.
gotta find this channel now because I don't have this up.
Yeah, as soon as you
So
find it,
like
follow.
to tell
Anybody
everybody like
watching, go to Twitch
I
and
got
follow
I gotta try
the
every
We Love Gaming underscore podcast. It's We Love
it's all
Gaming
one
one word
word.
and then underscore and then podcast. It's all there.
Okay,
But
I'm coming, man. I'm
yeah,
coming
man.
my way. I
So
found us.
like
Found us. Here we
okay,
go.
yeah,
Gotta
yeah.
mute
So I
this thing
mean,
here.
as far as like what I've been doing, like I said, I haven't really been doing much, just chilling, running around taking care of errands and stuff like that. We kind of celebrating my son's birthday this weekend. I believe his is on a Tuesday or Monday. It's the 10th. So, but yeah, but man, games. Let's see. Last week, I had beat what is it? Far Cry 5.
Oh, you
So
beat it,
I
huh?
Yeah. So I beat Far Cry 5. I saw the ending that you were talking about and whatnot, and so
Dude, what'd you think?
I
I've
think.
been waiting to hear this.
I mean, I thought that the game was good. I thought it was cool. After a certain point, though, like probably mid game, I really stopped like watching the cutscenes. I feel like they were like super drawn out with some of the main people. You know, like the three lieutenants and stuff. I just feel like they were super dragged, and I don't know why they weren't just a little bit, more faster paced or something like that, or just shorter. But
Yeah, I can hear you on that. I can hear you on that. I think like what I was really excited to see though was just if it happened for you the same way it happened for me. It's like you lose. You lose in the end.
yeah,
Like he
well, like
killed.
so when you made the last decision at the very end of the game to either uh lock him up or to just turn around and walk away, you chose to lock him up, right?
Yes, I believe so. He turns the tables right, and he like kills everyone
Yeah,
who's you.
he's like, oh, okay, see, I gave you a chance. Well, this is it, or whatever. And then all of a sudden, you hear like a freaking like alarm going off or whatever, and there's like mad explosions going off everywhere. And then, then it's like, oh shit, we got to get out of there. I think he starts like a tornado or something like that. And
Yeah,
then you're like fighting him in this tornado, and then once you get done with that, then there's like a super big explosion, and that's when like the fucking world's going to shit, and you have
right.
to beeline it to that bunker, and it happens to be the bunker of the OG dude who you like saw that one time at the very beginning of the game, and then you just hear him over the radio from then on. And
Right.
you don't ever go and see him or whatnot. And then he kills that guy, and then you're in the bunker and like, or you get to the bunker. He killed that guy, and then decided to drag you in to the bunker with him so that you could last this nuclear holocaust that he's just caused or whatever.
Yeah,
But
what's crazy about that, right, is like you're doing all this kind of to prevent that, and it happens anyways, and you're
well,
like you feel like
I didn't even know about that bomb that he had going off though. I don't think I remember them saying he had a nuclear bomb that he was ready to set off. Did they always talk about a nuclear
yeah, I
bomb?
was always under that impression
Ah,
that it was
okay.
yeah, nuclear like holocaust. He kept
Mm.
warning everyone. Well, he kept warning everyone about it's gonna happen.
Yeah, he,
Um,
he was saying something bad was gonna happen, but I just didn't know like to what degree or whatever. I mean, a couple of explosions, some big bombs in that small town or whatever. That'd have been no biggie. Yeah, the town's decimated, but that's it. But it seemed like fucking like
a
a few.
planet,
Yeah, like a
yeah,
lot of shit was
planet.
right. I don't know the outcome, right? I'd have to play New Dawn to see like what's the actual outcome, and I'm sure they'd only show us that area where the shit took place in the first place. I don't think they'd give us like the whole um world or whatever to be able to see on the map or anything. But
Yeah, I just thought
um
it was fascinating how like you actually lose in the end.
yeah.
Like in most
Yeah, that
games, like
was
you
interesting.
win, right? Like you beat the bad
You
guy's
stop at the
gone,
last
and
minute.
everything.
Oh,
Yeah, and you
problem
stop at last
solved.
minute,
Like
and then it's
Brown,
like
you're good.
the ending happens and you won. But no, not in this. You're like shit. The world's
Yeah.
gone.
Yeah.
Like you restart the game, and the title screen is devastation, right?
Yeah.
It's like
Destination.
it's like Fallout 4, right? Like it's
Yep.
like the world's gone, dude. And I was like, that is so sick. I want to play in that world, dude. I want to go play Fallout. And that's dude, this is before there was any inclination that New Dawn was gonna come out. Like I played Far Cry 5
Oh,
like when
okay.
it
Yeah.
launched. And so
Right,
then
right,
when I
right.
heard that New Dawn was gonna launch, I was like, what? Like my brain popped, right? I was like, that's such
Yeah,
a
that they
cool
were gonna have
idea.
a game that
That's
continues where the
exactly
story
what I
left
was
off.
hoping. Yeah, like I was
Yeah.
like, that was so cool because I wanted to see what it was like back in. I was like, that'd have been so cool, if they, rebuilt the world, and they like changed it for you, and that you go back and play like a post-apocalyptic world. And like, sure enough, they did. That's why I
Yeah.
was so. That's why New Dawn. It doesn't have like the best reviews, but because it followed so in line with 5, like I like New Dawn so much. So like I
Mm.
definitely highly recommend you go play New Dawn like immediately next,
Yeah.
and like and that was just as fun as like really cool legendary weapons in that one to collect too. Um I don't know, I really liked it a lot.
Yeah, I
So
actually thought that their selection of weapons and stuff like that was a little bit better. And I like the way some of them handled and things like that. They seemed like like more real or whatever, more realistic. But I mean, I did like the game, and I liked how it was. You always felt like you were like you didn't belong there, like you shouldn't be there. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? Like everywhere you walked, there was always somebody against you. You know what I mean? So
Mm-hmm.
you felt like an outcast, like legit ass, like you should not be there.
And every
And
zone too was like a different
every
feeling of that. Yeah.
you didn't
Mm-hmm.
walk around even without your gun. Like a plane would just see you and just ready to start shooting at you or dropping bombs on your head top. So I mean, so it's just like,
Mm-hmm.
damn, you always feel like you had to like stay on the move and things like that. But so I thought it was good. I kind of liked that ending a little bit more than six, because I felt like six was like a typical ending. You know what I'm saying? Like
Right. Yeah.
you kill
Exactly.
the bad guy, you move on or whatever. It's not like the whole um area just went into to chaos. You know what I mean? Because there was no El Presidente or anything like that. So it was weird like that. But yeah. So after I finished Far Cry 5, I was like, damn, I ain't got shit else to play right now. You know what I mean? I'll still play Naraka, of course, but in between time, I gotta find something else. So I was gonna try to play Assassin's Creed Odyssey,
Dude, I know
but
you're
I don't
lucky.
think
Finally, how many? It's like you waited enough years for it to
I
go
know, right?
free, and like you finally get it free. It's like,
But the problem was that Odyssey wasn't on there at the time. It was only
oh,
Origins,
it was coming
Assassin's
up. It
Creed
was like coming up or
Origins. Yeah,
something.
yeah, yeah. Odyssey wasn't on yet. So I was like, you know what? Ray told me I need to play Phoenix Rising. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna go ahead and just play Phoenix Rising. So I was playing it, and it actually wasn't bad. Like the gameplay was cool. It was fun.
Mm-hmm.
The cutscenes and things like that were okay. They weren't as bad as I thought they were gonna be, because
It
I
wasn't.
told you
It
that
was,
that was
and the
always, yeah, my
talking
my
wasn't
thing.
as
Like I wanted,
obnoxious, right?
yeah, yeah, yeah. It was doing it, a lot of it at first, and then after a while they just let you play. And it was only in
Mm-hmm.
certain areas where there was some type of a story to tell. And then, and they would come in, but it wasn't like they were just stupidly throwing monsters at you for some dumb reason. You know what I mean? It was when you came across a monster, you could see it was up ahead, so you went to that area, or you went into an area that looked like it should have a monster. There's a monster, you fight or something like that.
Right.
Um, so I thought some of the aspects were pretty interesting. They actually had a lot to do. It was like a lot of stuff all throughout the map, in typical Ubisoft fashion, and they had it so that you could. Hey, please stop screaming about my door. So sorry. So yeah. So there was like all those. Like I thought the wrath thing was interesting. That if you just stayed in the area and you kept doing good in that area, like accomplishing the little stuff around there, that they would just send a boss, the same boss, to fight you until you went to its lair and killed it there. So you
Right.
had to fight it
I
at least
love that.
twice.
That was fun. Yeah.
So yeah.
It
So
does
that
get
was,
repetitive after a while, but it's really cool mechanic. Yeah, I always
yeah,
liked
and
that as
it's
well. Yeah.
it's nice that they actually pinpoint the damn layer on the map for you, so that
Mm-hmm.
you don't have to be lost, like trying to run around and figure out where the hell he's at. He's there, so you head over there so you can at least kill him and just fight him twice. But there was because there was so many things to do. I actually didn't do everything. I didn't want to do everything. I was just like, I want to get strong enough to be able to move forward, and then I'm just gonna progress through the story and whatnot, and then when I collect stuff, I'll do my puzzles on the way and things like that, and then when I have materials and stuff to trade for, then I'll go in and I'll do that, So
Yeah,
that's what I
exactly.
did.
Exactly.
You have to do the gods quests, all the gods quests, until the very last quest where they ask you to go and find something, or they ask you to fight some creatures or something like that. I didn't do those because it wasn't necessary for the story. It was just extras if you wanted more points or extra experience or something like that. But yeah, so I went there and I finished that. I think I finished it today, actually, today or yesterday.
You beat it?
I finished. Yeah, yeah, I beat it. So,
Dang.
I finished the story and everything like that. And so, I thought it was cool. Typical God fashion. You know what I mean? The way it ends. Have you seen it end? Like, did you beat it?
I stopped short just before ending the game. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So I mean,
Hmm.
it kind of ends in like the typical, way you would think like a God game would end. For the God of War being a good example, or whatever. So, that was kind of like predictable. But other than that, it was a solid game. And now I have to figure out what else I'm going to play if I don't purchase anything, which I don't think I am going to purchase anything anytime soon. So I might end up trying Odyssey, even though that's going to be like a long ass game. I might get
Yeah, but Odyssey
Odyssey.
is so good, like so good, man.
Yeah,
So I
man.
mean,
So
you're not gonna go wrong there. You got some dang good, awesome free games to play, man.
yeah, yeah, it's a good lineup on Xbox. I did go on Game Pass and try to look at a few things and see if there was anything that new that came on that I wanted to play, but I didn't really see anything. Like I said, I had beat Tinykin, and that was the last game that I had wanted to play.
On Game Pass.
That was like new, yeah, on Game
Oh yeah, yeah.
Pass.
Well,
Yeah, so
Mortal Kombat Rockets is kind of new. So is Odyssey.
I'm
What do
talking
you? What?
about like day one.
Launch this year new.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah, yeah,
Not
yeah.
just new to Game Pass, but like launch
Right,
this year
no.
new.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah. It was new. Phoenix
I
was
got
new to Game
I got
Pass, but I'm talking about brand new.
I got you.
Nobody played it yet or
Yeah, I
whatever. It
got you.
hasn't been out for a couple months. So, but yeah, so yeah, that's basically what I've been playing, man. And then just constantly playing Naraka when I get a chance and things like that. I was like this tempted to try to like find some money and then go and get NBA 2K 23.
Dude,
But I
it feels
decided,
like it's still like an infinitely long drought. Doesn't it still feel like it's like infinite? Like it's like this is taking forever, dude, for a
what?
game to come out.
Oh
Just for like a
yeah,
new
man.
game to come out, man.
It's a long drought, dude. And I mean, we hear about, we have like what next month is God of War Ragnarok. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, but this
that's
month like just started.
it's hard. Yeah. So we have like a good ass minute before we're actually gonna get a game, and so it's just like, dang, I think it sucks,
Yeah.
but I
Like
think
so I bought a game.
okay, which
I bought Cult of the Lamb.
I
Do
don't
you
think I
remember
heard of
that?
that. I don't remember that one.
It's an indie game that came out. I really wanted to play it. I've had my eye on it for like quite a
Mhm.
while, but
Yeah,
I decided to buy it because I guess it was like really buggy on the Xbox.
yeah.
But like they got rid of the bugs and stuff. So so I that
It's like a
game.
card game.
Nah, dude, it's a dope game, dude. Like basically
Oh,
basically
okay. So it looks
it's
like
like it's like a roguelike meets like a town builder.
okay.
Okay, so
That shit should be on Game Pass. Looking at it, it looks like it would be on Game Pass, wouldn't it?
it does. It looks like it would be a Game Pass game, yeah, but
Yeah.
it's not really a Game Pass game. Um, but basically, it's sick, man. Like it's a lot of fun. Like the combat's really smooth.
Hmm.
The graphics look great. It's got a really dope little kind of like thematic feel to it, like the whole cult thing. Like it's
Yeah.
kind of silly though. It's like we're this evil cult, but I'm saving all these people from being sacrificed by other gods. It's like, oh,
Mm.
I'm so cultish. I'm saving lives. Like it's just really funny, dude. Like
Yeah.
because like to like a region in the map, and there'll be like a bunch of like demons with robes on circling like a
Hmm.
table, and there'll be like a little animal like shivering in fear, and like you'll kill all the guys that are going to sacrifice them and then save the animal's life, and then just
To
adopt them into
sacrifice
your
them.
cult.
Oh.
No, you just adopt them into your cult, and
Huh.
like you give them a place to sleep and like food to eat. You have like feast. You have you dance around the fire. I'm like,
Yeah.
this is like the tamest cult of all time,
Mm.
but it's like I don't know. It's just really it's really cool. A lot of fun. It's really addicting. Like building new buildings. Like they all pray to you, and so
Yeah.
like you get like I can't remember what it's called, like divine inspiration or something like that. And then the
Okay.
more they pray to you, it's like experience. So like
Oh.
over time, you go and you collect that divine inspiration, and it like goes boom, it dings, and
And
you get
then
like
as
a
you
new.
get more guys in your cult, you get more experience every time you come back and stuff like that.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. So it's just like it's just I don't know. It's a really fun game.
Yeah.
I was addicted to it for a good minute. I was addicted to it. I actually haven't
Mm.
played it in a minute. I stopped playing it
Yeah.
because I was when I was sick and stuff, but
Okay.
didn't really have much of a mood
Yeah.
to play it. But that one was really good. And then I downloaded a game called from Game Pass called Moonscar. It's basically just like Hollow Knight, but like
Mm-hmm.
with Dead Cell graphics. Like it's trying to be Dead Cell meets Hollow Knight, but it's not as good as
Okay.
either one of those games. But it's a cool little kind of world that you're
Yeah.
playing in, like a god like crafted you, and you're like some kind of porcelain creature or something like that. He made you. I
Mm-hmm.
don't know. It was really neat. So that was one I was playing as well. Kind of enjoying that
Okay.
one quite a bit. Uh,
Yeah, that one looks pretty cool. It looks like you can use your environment to attack
yeah,
and stuff
and
like that.
that one's free. That one's free on
Oh, okay.
Game Pass. So
I think I seen Moonscar too, but I didn't click it. But yeah, I have to
yeah,
check
that
it
one's
out.
cool, man. You'd
Give
like
it a
that
go.
one for sure.
Yeah. Looks like it's got some cool little abilities and things like that.
Yeah, that one's
That
pretty
was
fun. I
one
kind of
thing
want
that, huh?
to play that one again, but I
Yeah.
haven't had a chance to play that yet. So that one I'll probably
Okay.
hop back into. But at the same time, like I really like Cult of the Lamb. But then once
Hmm.
again, at the same time, like I'd really like to play like a AAA thing. Like I've been playing lots of indies. Like I've been spending lots of
Yeah.
time playing indie games. I kind of want to play like something dope again. So I don't know. I sent
Yeah.
my PlayStation in to get repaired. My PlayStation is I sent it into Sony to get repaired. I told you that my
Dude, what's
disc.
wrong with
I
your
told you.
PlayStation?
I told you my disk drive wasn't working right.
Oh yeah. Okay, all right, I remember.
Yeah,
Because
yeah, yeah.
all you could do was play digital shit at that point.
Yeah, I basically had a digital edition, and I had Tiny Tina's Wonderland on disc that I haven't been able to play because I have
Oh
no way
damn.
of putting it in there. So that game is just sitting there collecting
Damn.
dust.
What's
I was
trapped
like,
inside of it?
I don't even know. Honestly, I
Is
don't
it
even think
is
there's a,
it damn, is it alloy?
I don't even think there's a game in there, homie.
You don't think
Like I
there's a
think
game in
it's
there?
just like
I
broken.
need to borrow. I need to freaking borrow. Whatchamacallit from you, man? Since you're not gonna play it. Fuck. What the hell is the game? I'm trying to think of the damn name. Alloy. What's her second game?
Oh no, I've been sold.
You sold that shit, man.
I sold it, man. Yeah.
Dang, dude, you get rid of them tricks. You ain't feeling it. You hike them out, man. You waste
I was
no
not
time,
feeling
dude.
it, dude. I was not feeling it,
Dang,
man.
what's the name of the game? I can't remember it.
Forbidden
I don't know why.
West.
There you go.
Horizon
Horizon
Forbidden West.
Forbidden West. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Horizon
I've been
Forbidden
meaning to
West.
try to play that one. I know you were saying it was complete booty, but um,
Dude, check
I
this
wanted
out,
to at
bro.
least check
Check
it
this
out and
out.
see.
So on the
Yeah.
screen, this dude, he
Yeah.
just played this big ass monster. It's a 24-21. Can you see that?
Yeah, the insatiable devourer.
I devoured his and he devoured mine. Normally it's be like, oh, dude, it's game over, right? But I
Yeah.
got Sylvanas here. Just out. Battlecry, take control of an enemy monster.
Oh, dude, so you could take that and then use
Just
it
check it.
against him?
So it's
Yeesh.
mine now, dude.
Well, he's Dunsky's, right?
It's mine now.
Wait, how can he get it back? Kill the monster?
He can't get it back unless he has his own Sylvanas.
Mm.
But by then it might be too late because I have quite a bit of power on the board. But anyways, that's pretty crazy. Like he thought he was one upping me. Oh, he's gonna devour again. He just double devoured. So
Wow.
that sucks.
Oh, okay.
I don't even think I have enough power here to kill that.
Dang.
Hopefully I have enough power here to now. I
Yeah.
do. So I have enough, but he devoured again, dude. He double devoured.
He had a lot of those cards in there just in case
Shoot,
you devour
man.
shit.
Damn.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Man.
Anyways.
But yeah, man. So yeah, all those games sound cool, man. I definitely want to try something. So I don't know what I'll end up playing next. But it might end up just being Odyssey, just so I can at least try it out. Start it something like that. Just start it off the cloud or whatever.
Dude, Odyssey is so cool, man. Like you're gonna
Yeah.
really enjoy that. I think the next
I might
AAA
get
is
more
like
cards
Scorn,
playing.
right? Scorn's coming out, I think.
That's what I was gonna say. I was gonna mention that before that I've been seeing a lot of scoring lately, so I feel like it's on the cusp of coming out. I don't know when the date is, but
I
It's
movies
that's
or
definitely
something.
so. So that would be a good like AAA I think title to try, right? That's AAA, right?
Mhm.
Or is that an
Yeah,
indie?
it's AAA. Well,
Okay,
I
yeah.
think it's supposed to be AAA. I think their
Hmm.
marketing is AAA. I'm pretty
I
sure it
mean, they've been
is.
working on the pitch long enough. If it ain't AAA, it better look damn AAA. But
Yeah,
yeah,
for
so
sure.
but yeah, man. So let's go ahead and move on to one of the first topics that we got. Super Mario Bros. Movie. The trailer has just released. The movie is slated to come out April 7th, man. But I was watching it. That was literally the only thing that dropped for the Nintendo Direct. So it was literally like they
I
had you
know.
waiting
You
for
sat there
an
for
hour.
45 minutes.
Yeah,
I know. You
and
sat
all
there
you
for
did was watch the 7 minute trailer, and it was only 7 minutes because of the talking that the CEO or whatever did, and the guy who's like producing the movie. So it was really like a 2 minute 40 something trailer or whatnot. But I saw it, dude, and I was impressed. I mean, like it looked good. Like as far as like what is it? Illumination goes, like they're like one of the best at doing these cartoon movies. Um, and the first thing that they showed were the characters, the people who were portraying two of the characters. I would have loved to have seen who's actually talking for Luigi, who plays like Peach, and stuff like that, to see those names, but they only gave us Mario and Bowser. And I guess that's because they're like the two biggest characters for the movie. And so you got Jack Black playing Bowser, which he sounded great. He definitely didn't sound really like Jack Black. You know what I mean? He sounded like like he was trying to manipulate his voice or whatever. And then you got Mario, who's played by Chris Pratt. And I was surprised to see that Chris Pratt was playing Mario. But I was like, oh, okay, you know what I mean? Whatever. Like he's got plenty of movies and stuff like that. So they just found a big name to try to throw in there for that
Yeah.
spot or
Yeah.
whatnot. I don't know if he was necessarily like I don't know if you got it. Did you watch the whole thing, like the whole direct, the Nintendo Direct?
It was
So
just
like
literally the
your
tap. No,
Chris
I
Chris
didn't.
Pratt.
I didn't. I didn't listen to like the commentary. No, I skipped over
Okay.
it.
So yeah, so when I was watching it, dude, Chris Pratt was talking about how he was such a huge Mario fan, and how he loved stomping on Koopas and all this stuff. And God, the whole time while I was hearing it, it sounded like that motherfucker is not a Mario player at all. Like he don't play Mario like that. Like I don't know, I just got a vibe that he was just bullshitting that whole
Yeah.
like thing. I don't know. You'll have to like watch it and like just like kind of analyze or whatever. But
Uh
it seemed
huh.
like he
Uh
was
huh.
trying to remember names and shit. It's like, dude, ain't you doing the movie? Like that should be the main shit you remember. If anything, is the names of the stuff or whatever. But I don't know. Normally when somebody like talks about Mario or something like that, they recall like a level or some challenges or like that special room where you go and you find like the 8 different tunnels that get you to skip to like the end of the game or something like that. Where you go to like the last level and you can like bypass all the stuff with all the secrets, and all that
Mhm.
stuff. But
Mhm.
I don't know, stomping Koopas. I don't know. It just sounded like Vegas shit. I don't know, but I mean, you guys, everybody else who's watching, you guys will have to like just listen to it. If you haven't already, just listen to it and then see if it really sounds like he's like a legit, fan or whatever of Mario, or if it's just kind of like, it sounds like he's blowing smoke up our asses. But but yeah. So, anyways,
I
you
really
know,
liked the humor. I thought it felt authentic. It didn't feel like forced. The humor didn't feel
yeah,
forced. It
yeah,
felt
it
like
felt like it's gonna be a lot of humor in this movie, just because like that whole like the way they changed like the ratio, like everybody's like running up with all these like big snowballs and they're throwing fury and stuff, and then you pan and you see Bowser getting hit with like a couple of snowballs, and like they
yeah,
totally
like it
like
took
overshot.
itself. Yeah, it took itself like just serious enough and then
Yeah.
funny enough. Like it didn't. I really liked the balance. Like it just felt really good.
Yeah. It didn't feel
Uh,
like it was overly silly and stupid, and like
right,
they're like really
right.
try hards of trying to make everything hilarious for a kid or whatever. It just was like it was funny moments in there or whatever. I thought that was a really good trailer. I'm a little disappointed that I didn't really get to see like much more of like Luigi and maybe seeing like Yoshi or something like that. You know what I mean? Like they just literally showed Mario, they showed Bowser. Bowser was like the majority of the freaking trailer. And
Yeah,
then,
he was like the
they
most
gave,
part, dude. Like the
yeah, it was
flame,
it
the
was a
flame gun,
it was
dude.
a
It
good
was
part. Yeah, I mean, he took down that whole freaking castle over there with his flame breath. But I'm just saying, like, it's Super Mario. You think it would just be like Mario, and then and his buddies or whatever, and then like you see Koopa, or I mean, Bowser in the background, you know. But it was the opposite or whatever. And then you got this little glimpse of Mario, and you hear him say a couple words, and then it's off and it's done. And there was a lot of talk going on after the trailer had released. Like, what the hell? Like, Chris Pratt just sounds like Chris Pratt. You know what I mean? So it didn't sound
yeah,
like Chris Pratt tried to alter his voice at all. He definitely did not have "It's me, Mario" or anything like that. You know what I mean? Like he didn't try to freak his voice like "Here we go" or nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like he didn't try to add
yeah,
anything extra to it. So there was a lot of people that were complaining with the way he talked, and it sounded like he had no Italian accent or like a roll of any letters or anything like that. You know what I mean? Anything that whatever he said, which was like five words or something like that. Where the heck am I? Or something like that was literally just regular speech. So the fact that he didn't alter his voice and the fact that he didn't have an Italian accent were two of the biggest things. Now, I did see some random stuff on there where people were complaining that there wasn't like an Italian to play the actual role of
I
Mario,
think
which would have
that's
been,
so dumb.
which I think is irrelevant. Like, I don't think that that's what that is. This is a fictional character. It's literally made up. Like, maybe you have like a background or whatever, but every character can be altered. Of course, because they're fictional. It's not based upon
I
real
mean,
life.
but it happens all the time. Like
Yeah.
from The Walking Dead, he is like from like England or Brit. He's like a European. He was playing. He had an
Oh, Rick.
American accent. Yeah.
Wait. Was Rick supposed to be British? I
No, he
thought
was
he was just a
American.
regular. Yeah, he was a regular American. Yeah,
I know, but I'm saying
and
the actor was not American.
you're right. He's
The
not
guy
British,
who
but he
played
thought he
Rick wasn't
talks
American.
American. Though. He doesn't. He's not talking with a British accent. That would have been some crazy shit
No,
if like
no, he was
he's supposed to be
using
American.
his American. He was using his American accent.
Right.
He's
Yeah.
normally British. He has a British accent,
Yeah.
his real life accent, but he was using an
Right.
American accent.
Right. But the issue they're having is that that there's nobody that's given. Chris Pratt didn't give an Italian accent. So yeah,
I
anybody
know.
can
What I'm
play
trying
it,
to say is,
but just
I know,
try to
but
give
what?
your Italian
Yeah, yeah,
accent.
I agree. I'm just trying
Yeah.
to say, like I agree with you. Like that's ridiculous. We never ever have play like only those positions from those nations. Like all actors have accents. Like all actors do all the different accents, right? Like you get actor to play any role and they come up with
Yeah.
the accent. Like it's completely normal. Like it's
Yeah,
nothing
dude.
unusual to have a dude who's British play an American. Like there's nothing
Some of my
unusual
favorite
to have a dude
shows
who's
have like
American play
British
Italian.
actors. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
like
or
Spider
anything
Man
like
is
that.
British, but he's from New York, and or whatever.
Yeah,
So
he plays and he has
like,
a exactly.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly. Like
So
there's
that's what
nothing
it is.
unusual about that. Like to complain about that's so stupid. Now to
Mhm.
complain that it doesn't sound like Mario, yeah, that's a complaint, right?
Yeah,
Or like when Sonic didn't look like Sonic. Like that's a
that was a
complaint,
big
right?
complaint.
Right? Like that's a complaint,
Sonic,
So, and I get it, like but we were looking at it, you and I were examining it a little bit more and it definitely seems like there is a voice at the end there, right? That sounds like neither Toad nor Mario talking there. and we're
Yeah.
wondering if that's supposed to be Mario talking, and it sounds like he has like a British, like a Brooklyn, like a New York Brooklyn accent,
Yeah,
right? And like
it
that's a
sounded a little
mystery to
bit
us.
thicker. It didn't sound like it definitely didn't sound Italian, but it sounded like a thicker tone or whatever of speech than what the first Mario 5 words sounded like. And it definitely sounded different from it sounded deeper than what Toad sounded like. So, what I'm wondering though is like, okay, so Mario's a big enough name, right? That you could just put a bunch of nobodies. That shit would still sell, right? As long as it's a good movie, you don't have to know a damn person in that movie
Mm-hmm.
in order to be able to sell it because it's freaking Mario. So why wouldn't they just give you the OG person who voices Mario and tell him to do it? Like, you already got dude on payroll. He always play Mario on all of the games or whatever. So why not just have him play Mario for the movie? Like,
Well,
I don't
I would
understand.
think like he may be good at doing like a sound bit, but
Uh
is he
huh.
going to be able to actually act? Like
Mm,
that I don't know. But like I hear what you're saying. I just would
yeah.
wonder if that guy maybe he can do like a read this line, but can he act out an actual character? So
I
maybe they
got you.
wanted someone who was more experienced just with acting.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
but to be honest, yeah, they needed to do something that sounded like Mario. They
Yeah.
needed to find somebody who sounded like Mario.
But even then, right? Like, kind of how like you have Christian Haydenson, and then you have damn, what's the dude's name? I'm drawing a blank right now. But the guy plays the actual voice of Darth Vader. You know what I mean? Two totally different guys. But I guess maybe that's like a cheat because he's in a mask, so you don't ever see his
Oh,
mouth moving and stuff like
James
that.
Earl
So
Jones.
yeah, James Earl Jones. There you go. Thank you.
Yeah,
But maybe it's
yeah,
because it's a cheat because he has a mask on, so you don't ever see his mouth moving or need or require facial expressions. But like honestly, Christian, damn, I just said his name. Christian
Hayden
Haydenson or
Christensen.
something like that. Yeah,
Hayden
Hayden
Christensen.
Christensen. There you go.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm mixing this shit up all up. But for him to even play that role, like he really only needed to play Anakin Skywalker. You know what I mean? He didn't need to be
Vader.
under the
Yeah,
costume of Vader at
yeah,
all. They could have
yeah,
just had Joe Johnston play under the
yeah,
costume. You know what I mean? Like
yeah.
that's all you don't need Christian to play as Darth Vader and then have his voice voiced over and whatnot. But they do what they do. I honestly, when I first heard Chris Pratt talk, my first thought was, okay, damn, that's exactly like Chris Pratt. Where the fuck is the Italian accent? Because I totally missed it if it was there. It didn't. There was nothing there. Now it could be that it's just the sentence that we heard, and it really wasn't, a way to hear an Italian accent. I would have to hear an Italian person say those 5 words together in a sentence to see if it's like that. Um, we also have not heard like anything from Mario except for ad libs, so we don't know how he would say a whole sentence. You know what I mean? We just know like with the "it's me Mario" and all that
Right.
stuff. Where he's rolling his R's or whatever. And the way he's talking with that. But like you said, like we've never heard him like actually talk or say
Yeah.
anything, so we don't know how he.
Here's my bet. Like here's my bet. I think that last line you hear, let's go to the Mushroom Kingdom. Let's go to Mushroom Kingdom. That is gonna be the voice, and I think he's actually playing a Brooklyn New Yorker because there
Shit.
is lore for that. But at the same time,
Isn't that fan
that's
made
like a
lore
choice
though?
they made. No, that's from the actual television show, dude. That's on the wiki. It's not
All
fan
right.
made.
Well,
All
wiki
right.
can be created by random people. It's not Nintendo's wiki. Like you gotta go to Nintendo,
Yeah,
and if
it
Nintendo gave
can
a
be.
background on some shit.
It can be, but it's the wiki is very much like maintained for authenticity. Like they have dudes in the back there trying to maintain it for authenticity. So like
Uh-huh.
wikis is a pretty, yes, it's not the perfect because anyone can write it, but it's pretty reliable source, Wikipedia. Anyways,
For the most
and,
part, yeah.
and that's also just part of like the news. If you look it up, you'll see that Mario is from Brooklyn, New York. Now he's supposed to be Italian, but he's from Brooklyn, New York. So
Yeah.
maybe the thing is supposed to be like
So maybe he's
he's
just Italian, but he just
Italian.
has
He wasn't born in
New
Italian,
York
right?
accent.
So yeah, so he's his nationality
Italian
is
American.
American, but his
Yeah.
ethnicity is Italian. So maybe like that's what they're doing, and I wouldn't be surprised if that's what ends up happening. Now we can come back and we can discuss this when we get a longer trailer and we
Yeah.
actually hear Chris Pratt's mouth moving. Because right now, all we have is them running away into the kingdom, and then that voiceover comes. We don't know who
But
the
you
heck
also have the camera on his face talking regular Chris Pratt.
Yes,
Nothing
you
special
do.
about his
You
voice.
do have that for certain.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, what no one's talking about in the situation is who's that voice when they're running out of the Mushroom Kingdom talking.
Right.
Because it's Toad, and it doesn't sound like Chris Pratt when you got the one, where am I? That sounds like just Chris Pratt talking. But if that's the voice, at least there's some lore there that they're connecting. It may not be like what they want, but otherwise, who's that voice? Who's saying let's go to the Mushroom Kingdom?
Bro, the problem that I have with trailers, right, is that a lot of times they just take bits and pieces from the movie that they like and they mash them all together, and that shit won't even be like one scene, or it might not even be in the movie. You know what I mean? They could take Marvel does this all the time. They take sentences that were said and then place them in a part of a trailer that had nothing to do with what he said. So you'll think one thing and it'd be something totally different when that sentence comes up, or when that part of the movie comes up, and you'd be like, damn, I thought this was this, or something like that, or who was he talking about, or whatever,
Yeah. They do
other shows do that all the time, just to make you think, ooh, some shit about to go down, you know what I mean? Because somebody started talking crazy and somebody said, what? You know what I mean? Like, or whatever. Like, they put that in a random spot where it looked like, ooh, they about to fight. Let me go watch this next episode. But that shit didn't even happen. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so, it's just really funny to me because when I first saw the trailer, I don't know about you, but I was just like, dude, this looks really good. Like the graphics looked jaw-dropping. It looked very imaginative. I thought Bowser was dope with the fire, like a freaking dragon. I thought it was like funny with the snowballs. And like
Bowser sounded great, dude. I was trying to listen to see if I heard Jack Black in it. I was like, damn, he got like a gritty ass little voice, you know what I mean? And I was like, I don't necessarily, you know how when you hear certain people in the characters because they're using their voice, and you could just already know, oh, that's so and so or whatever.
Yeah,
like I was trying to put it.
Yeah,
I was trying to put it to Jack Black's voice, and I could kind of hear it, but I knew he was tweaking it, and so I was like, that's really good. But besides the voices and stuff like
even
that,
this first guy here in the beginning, like, behold the king of the Koopas. Like, it didn't feel jokey. It felt like legitimately cool, and like, this dude's a king. It's not
take him serious.
Take him serious. You have the dude. Yeah. It just felt very authentically. It wasn't like.
Even when the doors bust open and the little penguin dude is looking, and they're like, charge, you know what I'm saying? And they all run out. I'm thinking, ooh, they coming out with guns blazing, snowballs.
This is going to be a real battle. And then they throw a little humor at you, and you kind of laugh right here. When you see the snowballs, and you're like, that's funny. And they shoot one ice cube. That's just a taste of what's to come. That's right. It was funny, and it was like serious enough. Yeah. Like, I really like the feel of it. Now, this felt a little bit more like a teaser, so I still want to see more, because you can show some of your coolest parts here, and then all of a sudden you show it and it becomes a cheese ball movie. And you're like, damn. But like right now, they look like they did a really good job with it. A really good. They're doing Mario justice here. It's like the first real movie that we've really had of Mario, and like. Right here, when he's looking at the Mushroom Kingdom, it's like, this looks really imaginative, really well done, just like awesome. So I don't know. I was all hyped, and then you told me about this whole fiasco going on with Chris Pratt, and I wasn't even thinking that way. I was thinking this looks like a cool movie.
But what I don't get, and that's so funny, but like I would think that you would have heard it too, but like I guess you didn't. You were just in awe of the movie or whatever. But like, I legit ass was watching it, And I was like, oh wow, this looks good. You know what I mean? And I was listening
Uh-huh.
to the characters and stuff like that, and I was watching it and everything. And then it's like, boom, you hear the little doo 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 doo, you know what I mean, music, and then you see Mario, and then he gets up, and then he's like, where am I? And I was just thinking, what fucking accent? That's literally what I was thinking in my head. And then I was looking at all of the other stuff with Toadstool and things like that. But that was literally, I was like, dude, he's got no accent. That was literally what was going through my head after I heard Mario and stuff like that. So I could see how there was a couple of people, even when I looked in the comments while the shit was going, there was like Mario in regular Chris Pratt voice, and and like dude, no Italian accent and things like that. Just in the comments while I was watching, I was like, okay, so I'm not the only one who noticed it or whatever. Now, am I gonna have a fit about it? No. I mean, that's just the way they chose to do it or
I
whatever.
know
You know what I'm
exactly.
saying? Like I don't,
That's more
I
so what
don't
I
ever
was thinking.
remember like Bowser being like Scottish or something like that. But if they had chose to do Bowser without a Scottish accent or something, you know what I mean? It is what it is. But it'd be like, oh, okay, I guess, damn, that's the way they're going. But I would just assume that they're just doing that to cater to the the person who's playing the character, and and they just really wanted Chris Pratt behind the name, because like I said, you could have put anybody in there, to
Yeah,
give
see
like
that I think that
a
was my
nice
first
thick
thought was
accent
like
and
you
whatever.
wanted people to recognize Chris Pratt as the actor here,
Right.
right? Because like you said, you could have used anybody with an accent there, but if
Mm-hmm.
you want to like capitalize, because like you said, you were looking to see if you could hear Jack Black, because you're like this is how it always is. Whenever they announce a movie, like everyone's always trying to, and they announce the actors in an animated movie. You're
Mm-hmm.
always listening to hear if you can hear that actor. That's one of the fun parts about having a specific actor in an animated movie. You get to hear their voice and
Or
look
hear
like
how they
someone else.
changed it. You know what I mean? Like, but
Right.
like if you
So
think of like all of the times, like like Super Pets, you know what I mean? Like hearing every time you see The Rock in some type of a cartoon, every time you hear Kevin Hart, they always sound like them. You know what I mean? They don't ever try to switch it
mhm.
up. They just do them. You know what I mean? And like, you'll see Keanu Reeves and he'll try to do the deep dark Batman and some of the other guys who will manipulate their voices, but for some of the guys they just don't change it. Like that's you hired me to play this character because you thought my voice would sound good on it. This is what you're gonna get. It's my voice or whatever, and they don't switch it up. But the reason why I was just more so listening more in depth to the voices was because in that beginning, Jack Black was literally talking about how he was working with this character and working on trying to make the most badass sounding like Bowser possible or
Right.
whatever. Like he was,
Right.
he prided himself in making Bowser sound good or whatever. So, I'm so okay. So you mentioned that I'm gonna like listen to it, and because I was listening to Bowser and I'm like, okay, damn, yeah, he changed the voice, damn good. It doesn't sound like Jack Black unless you like really listen to like the undertones and hear, kind of like Jack Black slurs or whatever. And then I just listened to Chris Pratt, but I was like, I instantly, okay, that's just Chris Pratt. But yeah, so I mean, I agree. We're definitely gonna have to see a bigger trailer, and see more interactions with Mario to see if he's actually got a New Yorker accent. But I was gonna ask you,
That's my
do
bet. That's
you
my
think
bet.
do you think that Nintendo, with all of the outcries for Italian accent, do you think if there was no Italian accent, do you think they would make Chris Pratt go back and record with an Italian accent in this movie and redo everything? Like, do you think, because like we were enough to be able to change how Sonic looked? Like, nah, we ain't fucking with Sonic looking crazy like that. He don't even look like the real Sonic. So they decided to postpone the movie and remake Sonic and then and get him right. You know what I mean? And all they
Yeah,
did was change the way the character looked. You
I
know?
just think that situation, right? Because that doesn't require any reshooting. that's just you're going your makeup art. You're just that,
Yeah,
and
you're
that's
just
just your
fixing up a
graphic
part of the
artist
movie.
and just changing a look on something that's digital. Having him go back and react
Redo all lines.
like
Yeah.
every line with an Italian accent, I think that's not happening. That's
Yeah,
not
you're
happening,
right,
dude.
because they literally said that the movie was like done there, like on scoring or something like
There's
that.
no way. There's no way. People are just gonna have to be happy with it, dude. Because
Yeah, I
like,
think they're gonna
there's
have to
no
eat it. Yeah.
way.
So
It's
the
not
only
like
thing,
Sonic, dude.
that's gonna be funny, right? That would like totally shit on Chris Pratt as Mario is if every actor who plays in this movie does not sound like themselves. And he's the only one that sounds like him. They're gonna shit all over Chris Pratt.
Okay, we
That.
just have, but like I said, we kind of have to wait and see because I just legitimately think that when we get a longer trailer of him talking, he's gonna sound like a New
He's
York,
gonna have
a
that New
Brooklyn.
Yorker
He's gonna
accent.
have this Brooklyn accent, with his R's and stuff.
Yeah,
What I'm talking about, the R's, like
I know he's
how they
talking about.
talk.
Yeah,
He's gonna sound like that, and then he's still not gonna be Italian though. I think we're not getting Italian. That is not happening. It's either going to be normal Chris Pratt voice or New Yorker. There's no Italian option here.
Okay,
There's
but
no Italian option.
do you want to hear Chris Pratt go Yahoo like regular, or would you want Yahoo or something like that? Like, wouldn't you want to hear that type of shit? Like, I don't want to hear Chris Pratt go Yahoo as he jumps. I want to hear the little twang.
I don't want to hear him go Yahoo in Brooklyn or normal. I want to hear the Yahoo that we're all familiar with.
I gotta hear the Mario Yahoo, man. Even if they get OG Mario to come in and do the ad-libs for this motherfucker, like
this is what I want to ask you though, bro. Like this is what I want to ask you. I'm dead set. I'm dead serious here. Like, would you? I'm wondering if they maybe tried that voice. Would it be annoying constantly hearing, "Hey, I'm Mario," like it's constantly high pitched? Would it feel too jokey? Would it not feel like serious enough? And they were thinking, "Hey, let's make him a little bit more like deeper, right? Make him sound a little bit more down to earth than like this high pitch for a whole 2-hour long movie." Like maybe that was the decision. Maybe they were like, "I know, like he doesn't sound like I'm Mario," but they didn't want that the whole time. Maybe. Like, it's fine when you're playing a video game and he blurts out a line and you're like, that's cute, right? But a whole movie in that voice, maybe they wouldn't want that, dude. Maybe that was a serious problem for them.
Maybe. I mean, maybe it would get annoying. I just think that it'd have to be like, like close. Like, if his voice is high like that, you find an actor who has a high-ish voice that can come close to that. You know what I mean?
I agree.
I'm just saying that he hits those pitches when he talks, but he's not.
I'm just saying,
it sounds like he's. But yeah, I don't know. Getting that
high pitched voice character for a whole movie,
getting that high pitch might be annoying. But I know, like when you're like the gingerbread man speak from Shrek or something like that, his shit's high. But maybe
but it's not Shrek. It's not the main character for the whole time. So you kind of laugh at it when you hear it, but it's not like your main character the whole time, right?
Yeah. So
I think that's the issue that they might.
Yeah, that might be the case. Yeah, but yeah, so they might have tried it, or he could have tried it and it was terrible, and so they were just like, no, just do your regular voice. We're gonna have Joe come in and do your ad libs for the Yahoo stuff like that.
Yeah.
It will just make it like a reason why you hit that high pitch or something like that. Yahoo! Or something,
maybe like that.
Or something, some way to like do the voice fluctuation or something. You gotta figure it out.
Yeah, because you can imagine yourself, like if you do like a high jump, you might go high pitch just because it's like a serious, like, woohoo, that's crazy. Or like, even though your voice is not normally like that, you might do that. So maybe they might do that. Maybe they might say, oh, he just makes that high pitched sound because he's doing a high jump and like it takes the breath out of you, right? And you kind of just like Goofy. When Goofy goes, ahoo, like it doesn't sound like we all know that's Goofy, right? Like, I don't know. Right. So that's one that I can think of, man, because
but Goofy will still
it's not going to be that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So I don't
you'll still get your
know. He'll hit
goofy.
you with the
Yeah, you'll
lows
still
and then
get
he
the
hit you with
goofy
the
you know and
highs.
love.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, man. So I mean, I'm still excited to see the movie. I know my son was tripping balls when he saw that the movie trailer was coming out and he got to watch it and stuff like
Yeah,
that. He
and
was eager to see it.
he's not caring.
So
He just sees
nah,
Mario,
he
man.
don't.
He don't care if his
Yeah,
son's
yeah, he doesn't know
Italian.
who Chris Pratt
Yeah,
is, nor does he give a damn about
no,
Chris Pratt. He just cares about
yeah.
Mario. So yeah, I mean, I was just like, whatever. It's like, it's Chris Pratt, but okay, whatever, and then move on. I like Jack Black though, but yeah. So I am interested to see like a better or a longer trailer, and hopefully to see more of the characters. I really do like. I care about Luigi, so I want to see, like I want to hear Luigi, and how he sounds, and maybe who's acting them and stuff like that, because I am interested in him. Everybody gives mad shits about Mario, but it's like, what about Luigi, bro? Like, what I mean, he's been right there kicking butt with him. You know what I'm
Everyone
saying?
forgets about Luigi, man.
Everybody forgets about the big
No one
young
gives
man.
Luigi his dues, dude.
Oh man, he's prime. But yeah, so that's one to look out for. April ain't that far off, so it's coming up. So yeah, I mean, you're right, it'd be a hell of a lot for Chris Pratt to re-record. I'm pretty sure he
Yeah,
hasn't touched that movie in
there's
like
no
a
way,
year.
bro.
So
There's no
I
way.
doubt. Yeah, I think whatever's done is done, and you just got to deal with it. You know what I mean? They might have known this was coming, and did it accordingly. Knowing that, like he it doesn't have like an Italian accent, but he's got maybe like you say he's got that Brooklyn accent or something like that, or whatever.
Yeah, yeah,
We'll
yeah.
see. But yeah, man. So on to the next topic that we had. And let us know down in the comments below. Like you guys you guys feeling the Super Mario trailer, or you're not really feeling Chris Pratt or whatnot. You know what I mean? Let us know. Um, but yeah, for the next topic we have, which one we doing? We doing
We got CD Project Red betting
CD
big and
Projekt Red?
Cyberpunk sequel.
Okay. Yeah, so when I saw this, I was actually surprised that CD Projekt Red would mention a Cyberpunk 2077 sequel. Now I do think that the game is great, but I almost feel like they wouldn't touch 2077 for like a long time just because of how bad of a rep they got. I feel like they would drill out at least 4 or 5 more games that aren't Cyberpunk before they even thought of like, hey, we're gonna release a Cyberpunk. But they're actually planning, I believe, to do like 2 games, another Witcher game, and then like one other game or something like that.
Yeah,
Uh,
they were doing a Witcher game. They were doing a Cyberpunk game. Dude, yeah, they were doing like
yeah,
a third game too that I
Yeah,
heard
yeah.
about.
So I believe that they said that they were working on this Cyberpunk sequel, but it won't be released until another Witcher game comes out, and then one other game comes out. So it'd be like those 2 games, and then this one would be a Cyber 2077 sequel. And so I mean, they've honestly they've had a long time to be able to work out all of the issues from the current Cyberpunk 2077, and so I think that they should be able to take, because like Cyberpunk is supposed to be like in that same world. So I don't know how much of the world they'll actually change, or if they'll just expand upon it. You know what I mean? And give you a new story in that
Mm-hmm.
world. So they should be able to, theoretically take all of that data that they've finished up with 2077, and then just move that forward into the sequel. You know what I mean? And then just expound off of that and change a few things around and stuff like that. But I think hopefully they take a little bit more time with this one to make sure that their shareholders don't F it up for them, by trying to push something out faster than it should be, and give themselves plenty of time. But I think they are kind of giving themselves a little cushion by announcing that they'll have a Witcher game and then another game before they even do that. So, but what did you think about hearing a cyber sequel?
Dude, I thought similar to you, man. I thought that I definitely thought that they would stay away from it and try to like reinvent themselves with something new. Like, in
Yeah, it's
my
almost
honest,
stated, right?
I think so, dude. Like, honestly, I don't know if this is a good idea, man. Like you almost set yourself up to like fail again, right? Like you have to make sure you don't mess up even in the slightest again.
They're gonna have a heavy microscope on that, dude. They're gonna
Yeah.
be nitpick any and every.
I think you want to definitely do a game that has no microscope on it. Like something people haven't like seen, right? Like
Yeah, you gotta do
I
a
don't
whole new
know.
IP, bro. You just gotta take
That's what I thought.
all of the stuff you learned from Cyberpunk and just do something else. You know what I mean?
That's
Do
what I
something
thought,
else
bro.
that has like a cyberpunk-ish type of feel, but is named something totally different. You almost, because of the drama, you almost got to throw the title away. You got to throw that IP
I
away and
agree.
just
I
do
think you
something
gotta get
else.
rid of the IP. I think they should just spend more time in Witcher because people are going to be excited for that because they know it was good from the get go.
Yeah,
There's going to be a lot more grace for that. There's going to be very little patience for another screwed up Cyberpunk, dude. I don't
dude,
like it.
man.
I think it's bad money. At
Even if
this,
it's like slightly, if it's slightly screwed, like if it has any types of
yeah,
issues, they're just gonna be like,
anything, it's going to be exposed.
yeah,
Look it, they're messing up again.
they're
Right?
doing
Like
it
that
again.
was how I felt when I read it. And I was kind of a little disappointed. I was like, dude, man, I would have rathered something else. Like, just you're that's I don't know, bro. I feel like that's a recipe for disaster, and so I thought it was a bad move. It's not a bad move to do another Witcher. And then another thing
Yeah,
I thought too, it's like, dude, man, here's another thing I thought. I was like, dude, you're doing this cyberpunk again, and you cannot make a mistake. Like you cannot even have the iota of a mistake. That means we're not seeing this for 30 years. Like, when are we gonna see this game? Right? Like, come on, man.
yeah.
Like, you can't
This
make a
is at
mistake.
least this is at least like a 2029 or something like
Yeah,
that.
this
You
is
know,
like
this
Bethesda
is big.
level. I mean, you're working on 3 games, but big deal. We're not going to see them because you're going to be so afraid to release the game with any flaws.
Bro,
Like you're
they're
going to take
they're gonna be
forever.
afraid of another Witcher launch. Like they're going to make sure they
Everything.
postpone the hell out of Witcher until they know for sure that there are no issues with it. They're gonna do everything they can to not have a hole blown into their Witcher franchise like they did Cyberpunk. And it sucks because Cyberpunk's a great IP, and it was, people were just looking for it and waiting for it, but because they screwed the pooch, man, they kind of like shafted the IP name. And I feel like you kind of just got to come up with something cool and take all the same concepts and stuff like that, but just call it something else. Just don't call it Cyberpunk.
Yeah, I
Call it
agree big time, man.
call
I
it
think that was
steampunk, or
I think it was
call
a
it
total mess up.
something cyber sleuth, or cyber juice or something. I don't know. Don't call it cyberpunk.
Cyber juice. Cyber
Don't
juice.
call it cyberpunk though. Cyber guy, cyber fellas.
You just do
I don't
something
know, man.
new, man. I don't know.
Yeah. So
Do a
I
Dark
mean,
Souls type game or something. I don't know, man. You got to do something different because, and I don't feel like waiting a decade, bro. Like,
I mean,
whatever.
yeah. I mean, it is what it is, right? I mean, like at
It
least we
is what it
have like
is, you know. Yeah,
a new title or something else or whatever down the pipeline or whatnot that we can look forward to. But it'd just be like, yeah, okay, we got a cyberpunk. All right, let's see what it is. But I don't see too many. What are you doing? Do you keep trying to grab her? Okay, why do you keep grabbing her if she's barking at you? Stop. Open the door and let her in here. Okay, well, just leave her alone, baby. It's no sense in keep on doing it. Sorry. All right. So
poor dog.
yeah, man. So yeah, I mean here's to another Cyberpunk 2077 coming out. We'll just see what it is when we get it, you know what I mean? But I don't know if there's going to be like a lot of pre-orders for this one. I don't think that they're going to get their money as early as they did last time. People were just like, here, swipe. You know what I mean? Take my money. But yeah, I don't know.
Definitely.
I think it's just going to be a little bit of hesitation on that next one, unless the people who like played it immediately for PC and loved the hell out of it, just decide that they want to put their money in it. or whatever. But yeah, definitely CD Projekt Red has to do something to win back the trust of their loyal customers and whatnot. So we'll see. We'll
Yeah,
see what it has for us.
yeah,
Eh,
for sure. We'll see.
Yeah, so I mean, let us know in the comments below. You know, if you guys are waiting on this, are you looking forward to this Cyberpunk sequel, and would you be pre-ordering it, or are you a little bit hesitant? You know, you'd rather just see how Witcher comes, and then just wait until like just release date and see if you can grab your hands on a Cyberpunk 2077, or do like I do, pre-order like 2 days before. You know, when you know you decide you're gonna go get it, like just pre-order 2 days before so you can get the pre-order bonus, and that's it.
For sure, man.
Yeah. So for the last topic we got, Starfield, man, looks like there was a leak on a release date for that game. Now, Starfield is a first party title now for Xbox. I don't think it's going on PlayStation or anything like that. At least not at first. But it is Bethesda, and I believe that the leak said something like December 2023. I don't know if it was an actual date though. It was like December 11th or 20th or something like that.
Yeah, so it was December 23rd. Let me pull it up right here. It was December 29th.
29th, which is all right. So this makes me laugh, right? Because I remember distinctly that earlier, like 2 months ago, Harry Potter or Hogwarts Legacy was given a leaked date, release date of December like 23rd or something like that, 2022. And there was inklings that it may get pushed back to next year, and be like in the first quarter. And sure enough, it did. It got pushed back. And it's so weird when games have like a release date for so close to the end of the year. It's almost like, what are you waiting on? Like, why wouldn't you just have it out at the beginning of December? It's a perfect time to be purchasing a gift for Christmas. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just get it closer to Christmas. Why don't do it after Christmas? I don't think you're gonna do as great in sales as if your grandma was trying to look for a game for you. She heard this is the newest game, came out today. She buys it, a couple days before Christmas, and you got a brand new game. Like, I feel like this is just them saying that, hey, we're more than likely gonna push this bitch back, but we want to let you know we got plans of it dropping this year, or the 23rd, but
Yeah, I
23.
think this is a guaranteed delay. I can't see how they can launch this game in the original early 2023 window because they got quite a bit of hate, man, for that glitchy. It was a little bit buggy. Remember that when they
Which
first
one?
revealed the Starfield gameplay trailer back in like
Oh,
I can't remember exactly the name of it, but whatever that event was. Um, so I'm thinking like uh, this is for sure a delay indication. The question
mm-hmm.
is, when is it going to be delayed to? That is definitely like the mystery, right? And I
Yeah.
think what makes the most sense is what a lot of the people are kind of like implying on the uh, on the poll on the Reddit subreddits and stuff that they
Mm-hmm.
get to reuse that 11/11 date. Remember, I kept talking about a long time ago how they kept advertising 11/11, 11/11. They had it
Yep.
in all the branding, and then they delayed it, and I was like, "What a travesty, dude! You were telling us constantly, constantly, constantly 11/11. You never
Yeah.
delivered on that date, right? And then now all of a sudden you're delaying to the end of the year. And that's what happened with God of War. They delayed it to the end of the year. There was that December placeholder, and then they revealed the November date. So I think we're going to see something similar here, in my opinion, with that. So
Yeah. Probably.
that's what I'm expecting.
Yeah, that's
I'm
true.
expecting some
Um,
kind of delay, and it's going to be in like November. So
well, so you think it would be in November of 2024,
no,
or
this
you
year.
think
I think
that
it's
the
going to come
actual
out in
release will
November.
be
I think it's going to be
2023.
November 2023. I think it's going to be 11/11/2023, and they're going to be able to
Okay.
reuse all that branding again.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean that would be cool because they wouldn't have to change much. But I mean, really, they probably just only made digital files. You know what I mean? So that'd be like a slight change for them to change the brandings on stuff because you still got to change the year on it anyways. But I mean, if they drop it on 11/11 or just as long as they drop it next year, that'd be great. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
don't put it so far back. It just looks bad. You know what I mean? Like, why December, bro? Like, you trying to get that shit pushed back because that's not too much that drops in December like that. And if it does drop in December, it's like the first week of December. Like, you got to give yourself time. You know what I mean? Like, you're dropping around Christmas time. So now you're thinking about being somebody's gift. That's your objective, right? Is to make your product somebody's gift for Christmas. You know what I mean? Because you're already ruining it for people who buy stuff on their own, right? Like, oh, maybe you don't buy as much stuff during Christmas because somebody might buy something for you. If everything you want, you're taking away all the gifts that people might possibly want to get you. You know what I
right.
mean? So you're already stumping yourself with that, and you're making it so like, oh, these gamers are going to get these games as gifts, around that time, around that Christmas time or whatever. Which is, I think, the reason why Cyberpunk dropped in like November. You know what I mean? They dropped their game like mid-November or something. It's like, it's close to Christmas, but it's still enough. It's far enough off that you would, get the game and not feel guilty that you just, clipped a possible gift, out of the off the list or whatnot. But I don't know. I mean, I hope it does. I just hope it drops next year. You know what I mean? But Bethesda really needs to put out a game, and Xbox needs a good banger to come out on their system for a first party.
Yeah, absolutely, man, for sure.
Yeah. So I guess we'll see. How that goes and whatnot, and see if the leaks are actually true or if maybe Bethesda tries to pivot because of the leaks and release it early and whatnot. Well,
Dude, I
you
just
never
think
know.
there's no way that game could be modified in time because it was so glitchy. It was so glitchy, man. Like,
I mean, they
I don't
could
know.
they could just have like they could literally have the game completely finished, and they're just trying to optimize the hell out of it to make it run better. Because I mean, if they're still using the same Fallout engine, like it's tough to make that thing move like it should move. You know what I mean? That Bethesda engine's old as hell, and it needs to be thrown away. People just need to be using Unreal Engine 5, like, period. You know what I mean? If you're trying to go for like a realistic graphic, type of game, like, you just need to use Unreal Engine 5 and stop
Right.
trying to play around with your own architecture and stuff like that just because you want to keep all the royalties to yourself. Like, do you want to make a good game or not? You know what I mean? Just pay a little bit. These folios have worked hard to give you top notch quality production materials. You know what I mean? Just utilize that. But hey, they're gonna do what they're gonna do. But I think at the end of the day, because it's Microsoft or whatever, they might, have a change of heart and be like, nah, you gotta use this. Like, you know what I mean? This isn't giving. We need you to give a little bit more. We need it on this engine or something. But we'll see.
Hmm. Yeah,
But
we'll see, man.
yeah, man. But yeah, so that was it. That was the three topics that we had to talk about for this stuff this week. Um I don't know if there's anything happening next week. I don't know if there's anything popping up, but hopefully there's some random things that's coming up. I've been seeing a lot of the Pokemon Scarlet and Violet little tidbits coming out here and there. With them showing like new Pokemon and stuff like that. So
Hmm.
I'm looking forward to getting the game or whatever and playing it. You know what I mean? So I can see that Pokemon Legends, of Arceus and that last one, mashup. To see them take all that data that they've been getting off of some of these last sales of these games and stuff. But yeah, man, looking forward to it. But yeah, so until next week, we'll catch you guys later. You gonna win that game, man?
I don't know, man. I'm trying. I'm focused here, dude. I'm like half into the pod right now. I'm trying hard to win right now, dude.
All right, man. Well, good luck.
I don't know if it's gonna happen, man.
Yeah, keep your phone on you, man. I'm gonna hit you up about Naraka, bro.
All right, homie.
All right, man. I'll catch you guys later.
Man.
This is
Peace.